Welcome to Cinema Bites. Your go-to for movie recaps in a flash. Big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. The movie begins in the city of Kahndaq, which existed in 2600 BC. What we know about Kahndaq is that it was a center of power, and its people managed to govern themselves. Because of this, the city and its people thrived. However, one day, King Akton and his soldiers attacked the city and occupied it. But Akton wasn't just after ruling. His ambitions were far greater. He wanted to create a crown called the Crown of Sabak, made from dark magic and powered by the strength of 6 demons from the ancient world. If Akton succeeded in creating this crown and wearing it, he would become immortal, and no one would ever be able to defeat him due to the immense power he would possess. To create the crown, Akton needed an ancient metal that could only be found in Kahndaq. He exploited the people of Kahndaq, forcing them to dig in the mines to extract the metal. He promised a great reward to anyone who found it. One day, a common man discovered the metal Akton needed. He was overjoyed, believing that after all his hard work, he would deliver the metal and receive Akton's reward. However, when others around him saw the metal in his hands, they tried to attack him and take it to deliver it themselves for the reward. The man was unable to fend them off, but a child working in the mines intervened, telling everyone that they shouldn't fight over such a thing because they were not enemies. He reminded them that they all had one common enemy and took him to one of the guards to deliver it. The man stood waiting for his reward, but the guard mercilessly killed him and threw his body off the mountain without any compassion. The child was shocked by what he witnessed, and the guard threatened him, saying he would meet the same fate if he didn't stay silent. The child ran to the guard, snatched the metal from him, and fought off anyone who tried to stop him. He ran to the edge of the mountain and showed the people that they had found the metal they had been digging for. Everyone was overjoyed. However, when Akton heard what had happened, he ordered the child to be punished immediately to instill fear in the people and prevent anyone from daring to challenge him or his soldiers. He ordered the child's execution in front of everyone to make an example of him. But a divine miracle occurred. The ground opened up, swallowing the child, and then closed again. This was because the Council of Wizards, also known as the Protectors of the Earth, had chosen the child to inherit their power and granted him supernatural abilities. Through this power, he could help and stand by his people. The leader of the Council of Wizards uttered the word Shazam, transferring the power to the child, who then became endowed with extraordinary abilities. At the same time, the crown of Sabak was completed and delivered to Akton. As soon as he placed the crown on his head, the child, now no longer a child but a hero named Adam, confronted him in a fierce battle. The fight ended with Adam's victory, and the crown was buried in a secret location to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. We are then introduced to a boy named Eamon, who roams the streets freely on his scooter. He stops at a checkpoint and waits for the cars to pass. Meanwhile, a mercenary is inspecting the car of a man named Karim. Eamon grows impatient and asks the guard to let him through, but when the guard refuses, Eamon sneaks past, distracting everyone. Karim uses this opportunity to bypass the checkpoint without having his car searched. It's revealed that Adriana is Karim's sister and is hiding in the car. Additionally, she is accompanied by 2 friends, Ismail and Samir, who are worried about her actions. It is also revealed that Eamon is Adriana's son, and the entire plan at the checkpoint was orchestrated to ensure their car could pass. Adriana tells Eamon to return home and focus on his studies, as she will be late. The group is heading to the location of the Crown of Sabak to retrieve it. This is why the mercenaries are after Adriana, as they too are searching for the crown for their own purposes. Adriana, however, knows they would use it to harm people, so she wants to take it for safekeeping. The next day, they arrive at the mountain where the crown is hidden. Karim stays in the car while the others proceed inside. Adriana begins reading the inscriptions on the walls as she understands the ancient language. The group is skeptical about the crown's existence, as it has been missing for 5,000 years. Suddenly, Ismail disappears, and Samir goes to look for him. Moments later, Samir falls from the mountain to his death in front of Karim, and the mercenaries attack the site. Ismail reappears inside the mountain, and Adriana is surprised that Samir is not with him. Ismail explains that Samir didn't like confined spaces and decided to wait outside. Adriana continues her search and finds a spot with specific inscriptions. She reads them and discovers that the place they are standing on is Adam's tomb, and that the legend of Kahndaq's protector is real. They eventually find the crown, and Adriana retrieves it with great difficulty. She places it in her bag. At the same time, the mercenaries enter, capturing Ismail and opening fire. They demand that Adriana hand over the crown. She runs with the crown, refusing to give it up. The mercenaries threaten to kill Karim if she doesn't surrender. Fearing for her brother's life, Adriana reveals herself and hands over the crown. She falls onto Adam's tomb and recites the inscription on it, uttering the word Shazam. This releases Adam from his tomb. Adam remains motionless, and one of the mercenaries approaches him, ordering him to surrender or be killed. Adam grabs the mercenary by the neck and uses his power to disintegrate him in a horrifying manner. The mercenaries begin firing at Adam, but they are shocked to find that bullets have no effect on him. Adam starts destroying them all. Ismail opens the bag containing the crown but finds it empty. Realizing Adriana has taken it, he becomes determined to retrieve it from her. Adriana is terrified as she witnesses Adam's actions against anyone who opposes him. He sits under his hand, and she and Karim run quickly to escape. When she comes out, she is shocked to find that Samir is dead, and Karim tells her what happened. She drives their car quickly and reassures Karim to stay with her. At that time, mercenaries surround Adam with their planes and armored vehicles. When they fire a missile at Adam, it doesn't affect him. He destroys the planes with ease. Tanks begin firing at him, and Adam crashes a plane onto them, eliminating all the soldiers firing at him. Adriana stops the car with Karim, and they are very scared of him. At that moment, one of the mercenaries, who is still alive, fires a missile at Adam to kill him. However, Adam catches the missile in his hand without fear, and it explodes in his hand. It is revealed that the missile is made of a material that weakens Adam's body and reduces his power, causing him to fall to the ground unconscious. Adriana feels sorry for him and refuses to leave him behind, deciding to take him with her. At that time, we learn that Ismail is still alive and working with the mercenaries. He is the one who informed them about Adriana's location and the crown's location so they could take it. But they failed in their mission, and he contacts the mercenaries to inform them of their situation and asks them to find the crown. Then we meet a man named Carter, a member of the Justice and Peace Organization, which promotes peace and security everywhere. Carter opposes wasting lives, even if they deserve death. He watches the news and learns about Adam's emergence from his tomb. His leader tells him they must quickly take control of the situation before the country is destroyed. Carter assures her that preparations have already begun, and he has selected the team for the mission. The first team member is Maxine, who can control the wind, is very intelligent, and is considered a super hurricane on Earth. The second member is Adam, who inherited his strength from his uncle and can shrink to an incredibly small size, making him capable of withstanding powerful blows. The third and most important member is Kento, who can see the future through his golden mask. Not only that, but he can also create multiple versions of himself in different places. Despite their abilities, the leader is worried and doubts the three of them can handle Adam. Carter reassures her and asks her to prepare the cell that will hold Adam when they capture him. Meanwhile, Kento uses his mask to foresee a terrifying future full of destruction. The team gathers and Carter briefs them on their mission. They board their special ship, made of materials resistant to bullets and explosions, for their protection. At the same time, Adam regains consciousness in Adriana's house and finds Eamon with him. He is very surprised by everything in the house. Eamon tells him that Adriana healed him. However, Adam doesn't want help and sees himself in a mirror for the first time, as such inventions did not exist in the past. Eamon tells him that he is a legendary figure spoken of by all the people of Kahndaq. When Adam looks out the window, he doesn't recognize the city because everything has changed. Adriana arrives home and finds Karim wearing the crown. She takes it from him to examine the writing on it, but finds only one phrase: "Life is the only path to death." She doesn't understand its meaning. Meanwhile, Adam, who unintentionally destroys parts of the house with every movement, learns from Adriana that she freed him from his tomb to save herself from the mercenaries who were about to kill her. Eamon informs Adam that they still have enemies and asks him to eliminate them. When Adam leaves the house, Eamon sneaks out of his room to follow Adam and tries to convince him to help people and fight the mercenaries. But Adam refuses, as he has no desire to help anyone. Adam sees a statue of himself and quickly flies over to examine it. Meanwhile, Carter explains everything about Adam to his team and devises a plan. Kento criticizes the plan, calling it terrible, but Carter argues that a bad plan is better than no plan at all. The team wonders how they can possibly control someone as powerful as Adam. The only solution is for Adam to say the word Shazam, which would strip him of his powers, but this is nearly impossible since he must say it willingly. Adam recalls what happened to his mother and brother long ago and asks the statue for forgiveness. At the same time, Amon creates a situation with one of the mercenaries to get Adam's attention and make him intervene. However, Adam doesn't see him because of the distance. Amon keeps calling for help, but Adam doesn't respond. Adriana arrives just in time to save Eamon. The mercenaries recognize her and ask her about the crown. She fights them off and tries to escape but fails. Adam appears and grabs one of the mercenaries, throwing him into the air. Another mercenary tries to shoot Adam, but it has no effect. The mercenaries surround Adam to finish him off, but he electrocutes them all with his powers. Eamon nicknames him Black Adam and tells him to use this name when killing someone. Adam confronts Carter's spaceship, holding 2 mercenaries he intends to kill. Carter and Kento quickly intervene to save them. Maxine and Adam arrive shortly after to assist. Carter saves the 2 mercenaries at the last moment, but Adam doesn't let them escape and electrocutes them in front of Carter. Carter introduces himself to Adam and warns him that he will use force if necessary to restore peace to Kahndaq. Adam is indifferent, and Kento tells him he doesn't belong among humans and must return to his realm. Adam attacks Carter with lightning, intending to kill him, but Kento traps Adam in a maze to distract him and gain control. However, Adam quickly figures out what is happening and escapes. Carter urges Adam to say Shazam to end all of this, but Adam refuses, believing he has been liberated. Adam and Carter engage in a violent fight, with Adam clearly being much stronger. Adam and Maxine join the fight, but Adam still overpowers them. When Adam emerges victorious, the people cheer for him, calling him their living hero. Confused by their reaction, Adam flies away. At the same time, Kento discovers that Adriana has the crown. Adriana becomes upset when she realizes they are against Adam and want to stop him, arguing that they have lived under mercenary oppression for years and no one has done anything. Carter explains to her that Adam is not the hero she imagines, and that there is another truth she doesn't know. Adriana manages to hide the crown with Eamon to prevent it from being found if her bag is searched. She is taken with them to learn the truth about Adam's past. She knows it. She is the one who, when hurt, seeks revenge. Adam attacked his family and confronted him, killing him because he wanted to take revenge. He destroyed the entire place without a convincing reason. That's why the Witches' Council was angry with him for using power wrongly and punished him by burying him underground. Adriana is shocked when she learns the truth, that she freed him from his prison, not his grave, and that he is not evil as she had imagined. She tells him that if he couldn't do it before, he can do it now and save the city. At the same time, Amon returns home and finds Ismail there. He discovers Ismail's betrayal as Ismail demands that Amon hand over the crown. Amon hesitates and throws the bag to Ismail, who finds the crown inside. Karim attacks Ismail and asks Amon to take the bag and escape. Ismail shoots Karim, and Amon quickly flees the scene. Ismail then contacts the mercenaries to capture Amon and retrieve the crown from him. Later, Carter and his team approach Adam to persuade him to say the word Shazam. It becomes EVI, evident that the relationship between Carter and Adam is very strained. At the same time, Eamon contacts Adriana to inform her of what happened. He tells her he is hiding in a secret place in his room and asks her to save him. Adriana asks everyone to stand with her, rescue Eamon, and forget their enmity. Eamon tries to escape from the secret place, but the mercenaries spot him and chase him until they capture him. However, Adam manages to save him at the last moment and begins destroying all the mercenaries. Ismail appears, takes Amon, and escapes with him. Adam sees them and starts chasing them to rescue Amon. Adam encounters multiple identical spaceships and cannot determine which one Amon is in. Amon contacts Adriana and reveals that Ismail is behind all this and wants the crown from her. Amon had hidden the crown before being kidnapped to prevent Ismail from taking it. He tells Adriana his location and asks her to come to him. Meanwhile, Adam and Maxine intervene to help eliminate the mercenaries. Adam continues chasing the spaceships, destroying them one by one, but ultimately fails to find Amon. He goes to Karim's house and saves his life, learning that Karim won't die unless struck by a divine force, which hasn't happened yet. Since Adam killed all the mercenaries who knew Amon's location, they are left clueless about where he is. Adam regrets losing track of Amon and asks Adriana to unite with them to stop Adam. Carter and Adam return to the house, where Carter interrogates someone to learn Amon's location. Out of fear, he reveals the location. Adam declares he will go there and rescue him. However, Carter is upset with Adam's violent methods, as killing humans mercilessly seems easy for him. This leads to a confrontation between Carter and Adam due to their differing views. But Adam is stronger, and Carter's attempts to intervene fail. Adriana urges them to set aside their enmity and unite to save Eamon. She believes the only solution is to hand over the crown to Ismail, but Adam refuses because he uses violence in every situation. They attack the place, and Adam tries to reach where Ismail is but fails due to a barrier Ismail has created, making it difficult for Adam to penetrate. Adriana takes out the crown and hands it to Ismail in exchange for Amon's release. It is revealed that Ismail is the last person from the people of Aktun, whom Adam was responsible for destroying, and the crown rightfully belongs to him. Ismail places the crown on his head and declares that death is the only path to life. He shoots Amon, removes the barrier, and Adam rushes to save Amon's life at the last moment, destroying Ismail. Due to Adam's lightning, Amon falls unconscious, and the entire place collapses. Everyone wakes up later, but Ismail is already dead. Carter asks Maxine to take the crown and transport it to their ship. Carter then confronts Adam, asking how long this will continue. He wants to know from Adam about Hurut, whom Ismail mentioned and which caused Adam to cry. Adam begins to share the truth with Carter, revealing that Hurut was the rightful hero of Kahndaq. The shocking revelation is that the young boy who was granted power was Hurut, Adam's son. Adam was the person with Hurut in the mine and saved him from the guard. When Hurut was sentenced to execution, the Council of Wizards gave him power, allowing him to help people with his strength. However, one day, Octon's guards attacked Adam's house, killing his wife and stabbing him with a sword. He was on the verge of death when Hurut transferred his power to Adam to save his life. Before Hurut could celebrate saving his father, Octon's guards shot him with an arrow. Adam, devastated by what happened, went to the palace and avenged his son by destroying Octon. When the Council of Wizards learned of this, they imprisoned Adam underground for misusing his power. It is revealed that the statue in the city represents Hurut, not Adam. Adam agrees to relinquish his power, become mortal, and surrender himself. He says the word and hands himself over to Carter, who takes him to the secret underground prison. They place him in a water-filled chamber to prevent him from saying the word again and seal him inside. Later, Kent places his hand on his helmet, realizing that the future he envisioned has not yet arrived and that everything will be destroyed. Carter learns that the war has only just begun and will end with his death. Carter declares he is not afraid of death and is ready for any outcome. Adriana recalls Ismail's statement and realizes he said it backward. She discovers that Ismail did this so that when he dies, he would return to life with the power of the crown. At the same time, Ismail's soul returns, empowered by the 6 demons, and the crown disappears from Adriana's sight. Ismail emerges from the sea as a fiery demon, extremely powerful and uncontrollable. They attempt to attack him with fire but fail. Ismail takes hold of their ship, causing them to lose control and crash, leaving the city nearly destroyed. They try to confront him but fail due to his immense power. Kent tells Carter that they cannot win, but Carter refuses and insists on trying. Kent creates a barrier and decides to face Ismail alone. Carter urges him to open the barrier, knowing Kent will die, but Kent refuses, stating that his inability to foresee the future means his end is near. He bids them farewell. At that moment, Adam is freed from his confinement. He transforms back into Shazam, regains his power, and escapes with Kent's help. Kent continues to fight Ismail with all his strength until Ismail ultimately overpowers and kills him. The barrier opens, and Carter realizes that Kent is dead. He quickly enters and indeed finds that Ismail has killed Kent, and his soul is evaporating. Ismail sits on the throne, and the place turns into fire, with all the demons of the earth emerging. Adriana sees them, and Kareem goes down to help them. He is not afraid because he knows he won't die like this. Amun gathers the people of Kahndaq to help them kill these demons. At that moment, Adam emerges from the water and goes to help Carter kill Ismail. The two face off in an intense battle because their powers are similar. Carter helps Adam by using Kent's trick of creating multiple versions of himself at the same time. They all attack Ismail, and Adam pulls on his horns, finishing him off. As soon as Ismail dies, all the demons disappear. Thus, the war ends, and the people of Kahndaq are safe once again. For the first time, Carter agrees with Adam, and they have a good conversation. Adriana asks Adam to be their hero and lead the people, but Adam refuses, saying he will stay with them and protect them but won't become a king. Later, Waller speaks to Adam, asking him not to leave the city or cause trouble, or else he will regret it. Adam gets annoyed and challenges her, saying no one can stand against him. So Waller summons Spider-Man to confront Adam, and that's where today's movie summary ends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and activate the notification bell. And stay tuned for all the upcoming summaries. Goodbye.